thanks for slithering in. I am Symtherin, and welcome back to my channel and to another speed build in The Sims 4. As you can see, there was already a shell here when the video started. That's because it's a shell challenge. This shell challenge is being hosted by Jen Loves to Build over on Instagram. I will have them listed down in the description below. You should definitely go and check them out if you're over on Instagram. They just reached 1,000 followers over there, which is always such a fun milestone to achieve. So congratulations, Jen. And yeah, but also this build is part of our spooky season builds because it is still October. We've got about a week left, which is kind of crazy to say because the months just here, I feel like, for me anyway, ever since July, it just went so fast. Like the last, 6 months has just been a complete blur. But this build is a haunted build because, of course, it can't be October and Halloween without a haunted house, right? So yeah, I definitely wanted to do something haunted this season. I don't remember if I did a haunted build last year, but I did do one the year before, which was when paranormal stuff came out. That was like the best stuff pack. I think it still is one of the best stuff packs. I don't use it as frequently as some other stuff packs. Like, I use Cool Kitchen a lot because, I mean, it just has a bunch of cool kitchen clutter in there, and how could you not use kitchen clutter? And now we have the Home Chef Hustle stuff pack, which has even more clutter items for kitchens, and honestly, I love that one so much as well. But paranormal stuff pack, it came with a lot of stuff. It came with some pretty cool looking build by items. It came with a new lot trait, the haunted house lot trait. It came with spirits. It came with Guidry. I forget his name. It's something like that. Goes to show how well I know the stuff pack, I guess, right? But he's the guy in the pictures that come in the pack, and he's like the ghost that haunts the place. So it's really, really fun. I never actually like played with the pack, but I like to think that I would enjoy it if I did play with it. I've been talking about that a lot, like how I don't do gameplay very often these days, and I miss it sometimes, but I'm also really enjoying building. You know, sometimes when you like go through a builder's block and then where everything just kind of sucks, or at least maybe it doesn't suck, but you just in your head you don't like it. But then you have other bouts where you're like, I'm having so much fun building and it's the greatest thing ever. So that's kind of like the phase I'm in right now, which is kind of nice. I'm not complaining, you know. The roofing here, I wanted it to be kind of Victorian, but also kind of different. And then I kind of have like that balcony up there. I didn't want a large balcony, but it's kind of like, it's still surrounded by roof pieces. So I don't put too many items up there. I think I just put a rocking chair and a telescope so that your sim can like have an activity to do. I've been trying to be more mindful of activities in my builds. I feel like for the longest time I wouldn't put any. I wouldn't, except for like maybe bookshelves and like, you know, kitchen stuff, because cooking is a skill. But I've been trying to be a little more mindful of those things and kind of add space for that. So, but the exterior right now, I think we've got the color scheme going on. We are picking up some windows, and yeah, it looks pretty cool. At least I think so. The interior we'll talk about a little more like in a little while, but my idea for it was that it's a haunted house. It's really a haunted vineyard. That was really the start of it. Let me go to the beginning. A haunted vineyard because I never really did anything with the wine making aspect of the horse ranch pack. I've done like ranches where there's stables for horses and things, but I never really included winemaking in any build. So we have these really cool debug items that are kind of like, they look like vines that your grapes would grow on, or your fruit, you know, to make wine. So that's what I'm doing here. It's not a huge vineyard, but it's enough for The Sims, you know. I mean, it's just decoration anyway. It doesn't even do anything. So yeah, here I'm trying to make like some kind of pergola to kind of cover them, because maybe you want some shade. I've been to one vineyard in my whole life, and I thought that was like, it was really cool because I do like wine, but I'm not like a wine snob. Not that I think anyone would be a wine snob, but you know what I mean? I'm not an expert. I'm really not. I can't tell you if something tastes nutty or sweet. I did a wine tasting like group party once that my aunt hosted at her place, and it was fun because I got to drink wine and eat a bunch of cheese and chocolate, but I didn't retain any of the information. So I found these flat garden path stones that I've actually never used. They're a little different than the other ones, less textured, but I decided to kind of just put them everywhere because I was really struggling with what I wanted to do for a walkway, and I think putting these made it look a little more manicured versus more like dirt path kind of feel, if that makes sense. But yeah, anyway, this is a haunted vineyard. I just really kind of liked the aspect of it, and I've kind of always wanted to do a vineyard, but never really got around to it, and then I started this one. We are building though in Copperdale. Is that the name of the world? Whatever world comes with the high school years pack. I think is it Copperdale? I don't know. You can correct me down in the comments if I'm wrong, but I don't know. I just really like this lot because it's surrounded by the trees. If you look like the other way, that's where you'll see the Ferris wheel, the little carnival spot, which kind of maybe takes you out of the vibe. So I kind of tried to hide that a little bit, especially in the pictures and the video tour. So there's that, but this can really fit anywhere. I think this is like a 30 by 20, or is it? It's a pretty small lot. Here, I am making a basement. There's the word. And it's kind of like a storm door entry. Now, beware, if you place down this build, these roof pieces may delete themselves. I cannot tell you how many times I had to replace them while I was building, where I pretty much said, you know what? I just need to finish the complete build, and then when I'm ready to upload to the gallery, I'm just going to put it back. That's it. So it's because I did not do this build in one sitting, so I was coming in and out of the lot. So sorry if those roof pieces keep disappearing on you if you do end up using it, which this build is up on the gallery. Gallery ID is Symtherin, just like it is here, in case you're interested in downloading it, adding it to your game, maybe living in a haunted house and playing with this paranormal stuff pack. If you do, let me know. I would love to hear it, see pictures, all those good things. Anyway, I got this storm cellar door idea actually from James Turner, formerly known as The Sim Supply. In his Rags to Ranches Let's Play, he made a little storm door cellar. He actually got that from another simmer, which I am blanking on the name right now, but they'll be down in the description below as well, because I want to give them credit for their tutorial. It was very helpful, and it does help if you have the tool mod for that, so make sure you grab that in the description down below as well. But since this is a haunted vineyard, what vineyard doesn't have a little wine cellar in the basement, right? So it's a very tiny space, but we have this huge wall where you can definitely stock up on your wine. So make sure you do that. But I try to kind of separate it from the rest of the room a little bit. And I do put a table down here, and then I clutter it up with a bunch of barrels and pictures and spider webs, and oh, I pull out the mattress from the basement Haven kit. You know, the one with the heart that kind of does a callback to like the OG Sims games with the heart-shaped bed. I have not been able to use that in any builds recently, so when I was cluttering this space up, I was like, hold on, I can finally use this gigantic mattress because this is definitely a storage space slash working space, and I just thought it worked pretty nicely. Oh, I also put a lot of decals, like the stains on the floor, stains on the walls, the scratches and things, because I imagine this being probably the most haunted place of the build, and it's also definitely not renovated like the rest of the house. The rest of the house in the interior definitely looks a little more like the Sims who came here. They cleaned it up upstairs. They made it more livable. Maybe it was a mess before. It would have been fun to make it a mess, but I was kind of really digging like how the bathroom came out, and I needed to kind of keep that theme going, which now we're here in the bathroom. I, of course, wanted to use these tiles from the Home Chef Hustle kit, and I believe the flooring is base game tiles. And I don't know, I just really love how this bathroom came out. Very modern, very luxe, and then I was like, it doesn't really look haunted, but okay, I'm gonna go with it. So that's when I was like, you know what, this home was just renovated. They just came in and they made it their own, and I really like it. It is a 2-bedroom home, but 1 bathroom. This is the only bathroom here, which you guys are in luck. I actually included it in today's speed build. So I hope you enjoyed that, because I don't always do that. I usually don't if there's like more than 1 bathroom in a build and it's like a bigger build, but I felt like a small build like this worked pretty well. Plus, I'm really glad I recorded it because I really, really like this bathroom, and I don't think I can stop gushing over it. As you guys may know, I do really enjoy decorating bathrooms, and kind of, I feel like a lot of Simmers don't, because one, they're just bathrooms, and like sometimes you just want to do the most basic bathroom, and I get it, but I find that to be very challenging. And I find that bathrooms are very like, they're like a sanctuary space, you know? You're almost always, usually typically like 99.9999%, you're in there by yourself. And it's a great like alone time. So I always imagine bathrooms being kind of like this relaxing spot. But maybe that's just me. Here I am attempting to use the new stuff pack to build out the kitchen, but I felt like they were a little too modern, so I ended up using these Jungle Adventure counters and cabinets. So those are actually really nice cabinets. I really do love them. Probably one of my favorites, really. They have some nice swatches too, but we went with this dark brown and white countertop. We have a little bit of an island here with this little bump out. I put some shelving up, and just some, you know, clutter, but really leaned into the dark color theme. Here I pick out the shelf. This one's from Cottage Living, and I add a couple of clutter pieces. I know it's really simple up here, but I really like how this little shelf piece came out. I go through phases where I like really enjoy cluttering shelves and making my own like little bookshelf kind of thing. So I did it here in this build, and this was kind of like a mini version, right? Well, not mini, but kind of a smaller project here. I did it in the kitchen above one of the counters because I didn't put any cabinets on one side of the wall. So I used the new pack shelving for that. And then there's one of the bedrooms upstairs has a nice little shelving space with some clutter. and that was super fun. But in another build coming up that I have not finished yet as of recording this voiceover, there's a nice little custom made bookshelf in there too that I am in love with. And actually, I cannot wait to go back into that build and finish that off so that I can share it with you guys ASAP. If all goes well, that is going to be my Saturday build. So stay tuned and subscribe if you don't want to miss it. Hit, ring the bell, all that good stuff. You know what to do. You've been here before, right? Or if you're new, you've been on YouTube before, so you get it. Here I'm remembering I can paint the ceilings. Yes, we can do that now. It's lovely, isn't it? That is something we've been asking for so long. Now, all we need are spiral staircases, and then I feel like my builder's dreams have been answered, and I do not need anything else, although maybe I'll think of something else later. But spiral staircases, please give it to us. I don't know, I would just love that. I just think it would be so nice to have another option for Sims going up the stairs or to a different level of the house rather than using these giant stairs that sometimes you don't have space for, ladders that honestly don't look as good as the stairs because they're ladders, right? Like, they're ladders. And then what else we have? We have elevators, but that's only really good in like apartment buildings or penthouses. So yeah, or like commercial buildings, community lot things, those kind of things. But yeah, here the kitchen is pretty much done, but I was like, we need a little bit of a dining space. This is only a 2-seater, but I mean, we have 3 seats on the island counter. You can really only fit like 3 Sims in here anyway, so you don't really need too much eating space the way I see it. Trying to think of what else. We've got a living room as well that we're going to share in a little bit too. Funny story that just happened mid voiceover. I was watching as the build was passing by, and I see that we were getting a little close to the end, and I was a little concerned because I was like, where are the other rooms? And it turns out I left out a few rooms. Don't worry, I did record them, and I stopped my voiceover to add them real quick and do some editing magic. So, I mean, I guess I didn't have to tell you because then you would have never known, but I think it's funny because I make mistakes like that all of the time, and it happens. I mean, it's life, right? We're not perfect, so that's super fun. It really, like, the original speed build ended as soon as I'm finished with this living room, and then you didn't even see like some of my other favorite parts of the build, and yeah, that's not gonna fly here. So you're stuck with me for a few extra minutes than I intended. I thought this build was pretty long before that, and now it's like 5 minutes longer. So I hope you're comfy and you have a snack, but you don't have to stick around if you don't want to. That's totally up to you. We do have a video tour at the end of the build, so you can skip to that if you want and just see the highlights. Yeah, but I guess bringing that, if you guys want to let me know what like length of video is perfect for you. I feel like a lot of my builds are all over the place because it really depends on my build. So sometimes videos are like closer to 13 minutes, sometimes they're closer to like 30, like this one. So let me know what your like ideal length is. I'm just very curious. But here we're in a very awkward long living room space. But I kind of liked it anyway, and I felt like it was obvious that this was a living room. It is very cozy, and of course I use that frame TV from the Modern Luxe kit, which I absolutely love. You kind of get to use it as decor and a TV. So amazing. I hope we get more items like that, like more frame TVs. I think that would be so cool. But anyway, here in this little room, if you don't want to use it as an office / laundry room like I did here, you can definitely turn it into a second bathroom. Or if you need to fit more Sims in here, you can definitely turn this into another like little tiny bedroom, probably for like a kid or a toddler or, you know, like something of that nature. So yeah, whatever you want to do to make this build fit your needs a little more, or any of my builds, feel free. Really, I won't take offense. Just, you know, don't do that thing where you take the build and then re-upload it as your own. That's not cool, guys. I am anti-plagiarism. I always have been. But anyway, I wanted to put a fish tank in here because I thought it'd be cool for another activity. But a big fish tank did not fit very well, so we put a little fishbowl. And then I was like, oh, here's another activity, laundry. See, I'm thinking of your Sims activities. Oh, look at me go. And I'm pretty sure it is functional, although I did not play test it, but it's also not as cluttered and like close, like squishy as my other builds or some other builds. You know what I mean. Anyway, here is our first bedroom. It is very, very tiny as well. So there's not too much in here. I actually imagined like a moody, dark teen. I'm thinking like Christina Ricci and like Beetlejuice moody teen. You know, like she loves the dark aesthetic and she's just super cool. Because who doesn't love Christina Ricci, okay? I also like watched Beetlejuice, like, was it 2 weeks ago? I love that movie so much. I may have mentioned it in a previous build. I can't remember what I mentioned to you guys anymore. Like, do you guys do that? I like tell the same story to the same person twice and they're like, you told me. And I'm like, oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I thought that was someone else, but apparently it is you. But anyway, this is where I had another shelving moment with clutter, as you can see. When I did place these windows, I imagined this room to be a bathroom. That's why I used those like little tiny base game square windows, rectangle windows. I typically use those for bathrooms. But yeah, I changed my mind midway because I wanted there to be more Sims here. Because I've just been in the mood for doing more bedrooms, I guess, lately. So it is what it is, but this sim has their own TV. They have lots of clutter. We've got the vinyl records up here, but the vinyl player is downstairs in the living room. So, I mean, you can definitely very easily probably switch out the TV if you really need to. But I really liked using the werewolf's trunks for the dresser. I just feel like that is such a vibe. And then, yeah, we have in the hallway, I don't know if I kept it on camera. I think it's actually completed already. I think I did that off camera. I did add a seance table because it is a haunted house. So if you're doing that kind of gameplay, you're going to want a seance table. And I guess I could have put it in the basement, the wine cellar basement, but I didn't want to mess with it because I really liked how that basement was anyway. And then here we are on our final room. This one, they have the nice balcony with the wide open door. In the tour, it's nice and raining and cozy. It might not feel that way. Maybe it would be more humid, but I found it very cozy. So cozy. And we got books, and I even put a crochet basket here next to that paranormal couch over there on the other side of the room. But yeah, this was the build, guys, the Haunted Vineyard. Thank you so much for watching. We are getting pretty close to the end here, so we're gonna start wrapping it up. Yeah, I really hope you enjoyed. Make sure you stick around for that video tour. If you're new here, subscribe. We've got at least 2 more spooky builds or Halloween-ish builds for the month of October. And then, oh my god, it's November already. Oh, where did the time go? But we have lots of fun builds planned for the rest of the year. And hopefully some cool projects for next year. I'm trying to start doing some like brainstorming here. So stay tuned for that. Definitely subscribe. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Comment down below. Do all the things that helps me out, you know, feed that algorithm, all that good stuff. But yeah, I will talk to you guys in the next one. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day and enjoy the tour. All right, bye.